Hi everyone. So this is my second video kind of introducing my channel, and this is going to be my tips on how to get the most out of this channel, particularly if you're a student and you're trying to kind of retain this information. So I'll say these are tips for retention of the information. Um, this is kind of what I would recommend doing. My first recommendation would be to take notes real time. So, a big part of the learning process is going to be condensing information. And what I mean when I say that is that if I am listening to a lecture and they're giving all this content, I'm kind of representing it in these squiggles. As a student, if I want to learn, I need to be able to take bits and pieces of that content, the most important parts, and condense them into my own words. And this is a very transformative process that's a really important part of actually learning the material. So, as a student, I shouldn't just be copying this whole thing verbatim. I should be transforming it and condensing it as I listen to it. And that's a really important part of actually being able to retain that information. So, I'm going to try to pace my videos such that people could realistically do this as they listen. I'm not a very fast writer, and I can take some time to draw my diagrams, etc. So that should give you time to be able to effectively take notes from my videos without pausing every couple seconds because as a student, I hate when I have to do that. Um, so yeah, I'm hoping to facilitate this first kind of piece of advice of taking notes real time as you are learning from my videos. My second piece of advice is don't be afraid to watch again. And I'm not just saying this to get more views, but realistically, watching a video a single time isn't going to result in retention of that information. And we shouldn't go in to watching a video with the expectation that it will. So I kind of go by the rule of watching a video 3 times if I truly want to retain the information from it. The first time is to get kind of the big ideas, and this gives me kind of a scaffolding for my knowledge and for my understanding of the topic. If I haven't seen the topic before and now maybe I've seen some of the key terms, I understand a little bit of what it's about, even though I'm missing a lot of the details. The second watch is to then fill in those details. And again, remember, we're taking notes each time that we watch it. So once I have the big ideas on the page, I watch it again and I fill in those details. And I'm able to kind of get some of the nuances that I didn't understand the first time. The third watch is to make connections. So to really kind of seat all of those details in kind of where they stand for the big ideas. How do these two kind of concepts connect together? How do the nuances connect with the overarching themes, and what are their relevance to the overarching themes? So that's kind of my rule of thumb that I have used a lot as a student in terms of learning content, is to take it in 3 times in order to be able to kind of get the most out of that resource. So I would highly recommend that when you're watching my videos, to take advantage of that. And again, not to put so much pressure on yourself to understand it the first time. Just because you're confused after watching it once doesn't mean that you will be confused after watching it twice or 3 times or even more. My third recommendation would be to have confidence. There's a lot of research to show that having a positive mindset when you go in to learn, um, I guess, a certain topic or a piece of information, that can have a really big impact on your ability to retain and learn it. So, just having confidence that you can learn the topic, um, instead of getting bogged down in, well, this is a really challenging topic and maybe it's too hard for me to learn and maybe I can't learn it. Going in with confidence and saying, this is a challenging topic, but I can learn it. I'm not going to put myself on a strict timeline. I'm not going to pressure myself to understand it right away, but I'm going to kind of take my time and really give myself the space to learn and to kind of view learning as a process rather than kind of an instantaneous absorption of material. And my last piece of advice is to integrate your knowledge. So, my videos, if you're trying to retain this information, shouldn't be the only kind of source that you're using to get this knowledge, and they shouldn't be the only place that you're seeing it. So, try to integrate it maybe with your life, with what you see around you, maybe with books that you're reading, classes that you're taking, if in your job or your research you see similar content, try to connect that in. Um, if you're watching things, documentaries, etc., there's lots of ways that you can integrate this knowledge into kind of a broader perspective, and that's going to really help you retain it over a longer period of time rather than seeing it kind of as this standalone kind of piece of information that's disconnected that you're just trying to hold on to and memorize. Integrating it with all of these different topics are going to be a lot more effective to retain that piece of information because you have so many more nodes through which to access this information now. Okay, those were my tips for kind of watching my videos and how you might approach it, especially for students. I think these are helpful. They stem a lot from what I did and still currently do when I'm trying to learn things. So, yeah, that's kind of my advice for how to use my videos. And thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.